Hello, hello. Hi, hi. Oops. Give me one moment. I need to. Let's change up the activity for working. I hope you guys are doing well. And I hope you guys can hear me and I hope you guys can hear the game. But let me know if you can't and I will adjust. Hi, Sirei. I am in the middle of working. Yay. No, this one. I want this one. The kitchen. In the morning kitchen. How are you? Are you doing all right? Working on anything today? No? All right, let's do this. We'll cook some breakfast. All good? Nice. I feel like it's the worst time of year right now for work because around this time is when performance reviews are, and that's like the most stressful time of year for me. Like, give me days where work is extremely busy. I can handle that. Give me days where I'm slammed with work. I can handle that. Give me days where I get slammed with emails. I can do that. But having to deal with like a performance review, nah, take me out. You should be working on scripts, but you're not? Oh my goodness. It's okay. You're taking a well-deserved mental health break. You know, if you work all the time, you're not going to give your best work. So you need to take some breaks, right? So you know what? Everyone needs a vacation, Sire. Everyone needs a vacation. And listen, 2 weeks? 2 weeks is nothing. Right? What is it? Like students get 2-week breaks in winter and in spring. So everyone should get a 2-week break. I'm just saying. I say hello, hello. Sometimes you think about the times when you were a student and had those breaks too, right? I agree. I know in university I had reading breaks. Like not every semester, but some semesters they would give us like just a week off in order to quote unquote catch up on readings and stuff. But that was all we had. Happy with I can't believe it's already fall. My sister yesterday was like, she was like, "Can you believe it's almost 2026?" I had to shut her down really quickly because what do you mean it's almost 2026? That makes no sense. Don't remind you, time is flying way too fast, right? Oh my goodness. It's crazy. I feel like it was just yesterday. Here's the thing. At my work, performance reviews, I think, are mandatory for anyone who has worked for, I think it was like over 3-4 months. And I feel like it was literally just yesterday that I came to you guys telling you guys that I cried during my interview, and now I'm like, what do you mean I've been at this job long enough that I have to actually do a review? Like, I feel like I'm still brand new. Wasn't it just yesterday that I was telling you guys about my little sob story? 2025 can be left behind. It hasn't been the best year. I feel like, yeah. What happened this year? I don't know. I honestly couldn't tell you what happened this year. Hopefully it's just uphill from here, guys. I feel like it hasn't been a horrible year for me. But I mean, there also hasn't been anything stand out. Wait, where was it? Number 2. Oh, fun fact. So yesterday after stream, my throat was feeling a little bit, a little bit raw because I feel like the weather made my throat feel but the talking didn't help. So before I went to bed yesterday, I mixed myself some salt water so I can gargle it before I slept. I didn't gargle at all, so I still had a cup of salt water on my desk, and haha, I forgot that my cup had salt water in it, and I took a nice big swig this morning. It was great. Wow. It's a good thing I didn't spew it all over my keyboard. So, but take care of yourselves, guys. Gargle some salt water. Drink some honey lemon water. I've definitely been drinking less water once the weather started cooling down, and I really need to start drinking more water again. Before, I would drink at least like a water bottle and a half every day. Now I barely finish one water bottle. It's rough. Mm. You guys ever like... I know that sometimes during these performance reviews that people are like, oh, you have to talk about like all the great things that you've done over the years. But the moment someone asks me, what did you do this year? I can't tell you. You just had to move... Wait, why do you have to move the displays? Why can't they just choose a different spot? Like, was there a reason why you guys had to move just because they wanted the spot? In Mexico, you would drink out of a 2-liter bottle and you would feel... Wow. My bottle is... I think my bottle is like half a liter. So when I say that every day I drank like a bottle and a half, it would be like 750 mils. Really. So it really is nothing. I'm really honestly drinking nothing over the summer, and then now I'm drinking even less than nothing. So yeah, I really need to get back in and drink more water. Did I talk to the store? Oh, that... Oh. I hated it when people did that. Like, they wouldn't even... For me, when I was working in a situation like that, I hate it when I would be following like a store policy. I'll be like, no, you can't be doing this. So then they go straight to my... Like, the next time they don't even ask me, they just head straight to my manager, who... Let's be real, sometimes the managers don't know the policies as well as the employees. Especially like the more day-to-day operational ones. So the store managers will be like, oh yeah, go ahead, go for it, you know? Yeah, we'll of course do that. And it's like, no, so then they'll turn and go like, Kyoko, can you go help them out on this? And I'm like, no. But now I have to say yes, or else you'll get mad at me for saying no. Or if I do say no, they'll be like, oh, well, it's just this once. And I'm like, you don't get it. It sets a bad precedent because from then on, people would like just go over me and head straight to the manager and do it. And I'm like, no, you're making life hard for me. You've been there and you've been the manager. Ooh. I've had managers who are also like suck ups. So, you know, sometimes like someone who is higher than my manager will ask my manager for something, but like they're not like the CEO or anything. They're just, you know, they're there at maybe like they're a friend of the CEO's, you know? And they'll ask my my manager for something, and the answer's obviously no. But then she's like, oh, you know, just because she'll turn to me and go like, oh, you know, they're a friend of the CEO's, you know, like we don't want the CEO to be upset at us, so let's just go ahead and do it. And I'm like, that just sometimes me and my coworkers will just look at each other and go, oh no. Service desk employee called you out and told the upper management would approve anyway. Yeah. Yeah, that's good. Because that same manager who did the suck up would tell us, don't worry, I'll back you up on anything you're saying. If you're telling someone like no, get lost, I'll back you up on it. And then she'll find out that it's like the CEO's friend, and she's like, oh, you know what? We can make an exception for this person. I'm like, no, stop. You had someone try to return a 2-year-old used vacuum, and we all told them no. Oh my god. What is this, Costco? That's so annoying. We had something like that before where I think we told this person no, and they were like, fine, we'll just sit here. And I'm like, okay, first of all, one, that's loitering. But two, I looked at my coworker and we were like, she's just gonna be sitting here. Like it's annoying, but she's gonna be sitting here. And once she realizes that, she's not gonna get her way, she's probably gonna leave. But no, this woman starts taking out pillows and like signs, like those pitch signs going like, no to this organization, those kind of signs. And she starts taking those out. Like she was getting ready to bunker down. And I was like, oh, wait, no, never mind. Never mind. We need security on this. Because I thought it was just going to be one of those ones where like she was just going to be stubborn and sit in the lobby for a while before she realizes that, oh, no one's going to help her. Blah, blah, blah. But no, she starts getting ready to camp. She was literally about to camp. I think the police had to be called, but I don't remember exactly. Almost $300. You had to find a way to brute force the return. Even your computer system was rejecting the return. Oh, yikes. Oh no, she threw half a gallon of milk at you? Did it hit you? I'm sorry you had to go through that. I hope you weren't injured. I mean, could you have called off work for the rest of the day? Because if so, milk it. Get it? Milk it? Oh my gosh. I actually didn't mean to make that pun. I realized it as soon as I said milk it and was like, oh my god. Very punny, thank you. Everyone should work customer service for 2 years. Facts. Everyone. It's either, yes, food service or retail service. One of the two. And honestly, customer service over the phone is a little bit better than customer service in person, but sometimes it can be just as bad. Or I guess it could be worse because they don't know who they're yelling at. I had a friend who would tell me that when she was there was this one repeat client who would come in person and go on the phone, but then on the phone they would always be ruder. Like on the phone and on email, the client would always be ruder versus if he came in person, then he would just be like, a normal client. But then once you get him on the phone, he would be really rude to the staff, probably because he won't have to deal with them face to face in person. And I was like, man, that really sucks. To the point where they kind of limit the amount of phone calls and emails that they communicate with him for. They just use it for documentation, but that's rough. Exactly. They don't see the humans over the phone. I think the rough part is sometimes people will get so rude that we will actually block their phone number or emails. But that's nothing much because they can always make a new email address, They can make a new email address, they can call from another phone. Oh, one really funny moment that I had was I was working reception once and it was swamped and I only had one line. I was swamped. I had physical work to do as well. And, so sometimes I just don't get through to some phone calls because I'm already on a call. Whoever's calling while I'm already on a call will just get rung out and put into voicemail or whatever. And then finally I picked up this one caller and he goes, "Ha, I knew you guys were blocking my call." And I'm like, "Sorry?" And he's like, "I knew you guys were blocking my call." And I'm like, "Who even are you?" So he told me who he was and I was like, "Oh no, we definitely weren't blocking you. I swear we weren't blocking this guy. I was just so busy. I just couldn't get to his phone call." He was like, "I knew that once I called from my friend's phone that you guys were going to pick up." And I was like, first of all, it's not you guys. It's just me, one guy. And I physically cannot pick up these calls. All of these calls. I didn't tell this to him because he doesn't need to know all this, but I was like, you know what? I literally cannot do this. Don't worry, the world doesn't revolve around you. Sometimes the other person's just busy, You always have beef with well, it's their job kind of, right? Yes, I've gotten that so much. It's like, well, it's your job. It's like, I know it's my job, but it's also my job to do like 70 other things. And you're piling on more. That's not. Hmm? Search. Bro, you know what was. You know what also sucks? People who are very. You know, have you guys heard the saying, like, your emergency is not my priority? Like, the people who will leave something to, like, last minute, or like they'll have done something and it's an emergency for them, and they're trying to get you to fix whatever their emergency is. But it's like, dude, like, this is my job. I have other people to help as well. I can't drop everything to help you. Because, of course, if it is a priority, if it is an emergency, I'll do my best to help. But there are some people who are just so impatient. That's a good one. You don't. Yeah, your emergency is not my priority. I'm sorry. Especially if their emergency turns out to be not an emergency at all. Like, at a job, we had this one guy calling every single extension, trying to get an answer from this one guy who was on vacation. So he was calling everyone, trying to just reach this one person. And then when that person came back to work, he sent an email to everyone going like, surprise, it wasn't an emergency. He was just letting me know that he was gonna email me or something. And I was like, oh my god. He ended up blowing up everyone's phone just so that he can let that guy know, hey, I'm gonna email you this thing. Just email it. Mm. Mm. Them being mad at you and them being mad at the problem. Yes, yes. I've also run into that before where, you know, sometimes all they need is just someone to listen. A lot of times, honestly, one of the best things to do on the phone is just stay silent, I find. Like when I was working like reception, like kind of like a reception-y, like customer service-y, phone call-y type of jobs, if someone's like ranting, it's kind of like let them rant if you have time. If you have time, let them rant. It's if they start getting like really abusive, that's when you shut it down. Get heated over upset customers. You know, ask them why it happened. Yes, don't make it personal until they make it personal. Exactly. I feel like sometimes I still have problems with that. Like, I'll stay silent, I'll be shaking, but like, you know, I just don't like being yelled at. But yeah. Exactly, even agree. Yes. The moment they hear someone agreeing with them, they're likely to be more chill with you because they're like, oh, yes, you understand my problem. It's like, I'm sorry that happened. That sounds horrible. But it sounds like you need to speak to this department. I know they're really busy. A lot of times, they will be appreciative if you can give them kind of like a disclaimer. Like I'll be like, oh, you know, like they're really busy. They're a really busy department. And I understand they might not get back to you immediately. However, they try to get back to everyone within X amount of time. So if you still haven't heard back, then we'll see what we can do. But yeah, I think they really appreciate it when we can give them just a heads up, even if if you're stuck on hold for a long time, if you get voicemail, like, you know, I've been doing customer service for way too long. Oh my god. Mm. What was this? What was this? What was this? Anyway. $7 or $8 years? Oh god. When did I start customer service? Oh, jeez, that's a long time. But then again, well, you know those memes of like the when you go to a Chinese restaurant and like if there's a kid sitting behind the counter, you know it's a good restaurant? I was basically that kid. I was that kid. So when I say that it's been a really long time, I mean I've also been taking phone calls and stuff since I was a kid. So if I count that, it's definitely been over a decade. Oh my god. Mm. 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 My brain is so fried right now. Oh my god. It's an egg. Mm. Hi Bella, how are you? Are you done with school today, Bella? Or are you just working on homework now? Um, mhm. What are your thoughts on keyboards, guys? Do you guys like the really loud, clicky ones? Do you like the more muffled da-da-da-da ones? Or, like, you know, a good old office keyboard that makes no sound? Do you have a preference? For me, it has to be a full-size keyboard, like with the number pad and everything. I also... It's not a must, but it's a preference for me to have like a volume adjusting, either a knob or buttons at the top. Loud mechanical keyboard and a silent one at work. Silent one at work for me would make sense because, you know, if I'm in an office and everyone else is silent, I would also like to be silent. I don't want to stand out. You know what I kind of want? I want one of those like mechanical keyboards where I can swap out the keycaps. Because right now my current keyboard is a membrane one, so I can't switch out keycaps. Hi Crimson Indignation, hello hello. How are you? %, meaning, you know, my first keyboard was an 80% one, and I really liked that keyboard. It was like, it was very like, you know, the creamy sounding ones, and it felt really good to type on. It just didn't have a number pad, and I couldn't last with that. I still have it, but it had everything that I wanted except for the number pad. With an old school typewriter. Do you actually? I know that they make keyboards that look like typewriters now. Have you seen them? They're so cool. But I just they're very clicky. The keyboard ones, the typewriter looking ones are very clicky. I got to try one and it was so clicky, and at the time I didn't have my own bedroom, so I couldn't work with I couldn't handle a really loud keyboard at the time because you guys know how long I stay up. I stay up until like 3 a.m. and at that time everyone's like asleep. So having a really loud keyboard while everyone's asleep is a surefire way to get me kicked out of the house. Plus, I don't think those typewriter keyboards would have been good for gaming or anything. Sucks. Doing good? Nice! Working on anything in particular? Or just chilling, watching streams? Um, you watch Transformers? Oh, Transformers! Oh my gosh, I don't think I ever actually finished Transformers. I do want to finish it. The only reason why I watched part of it was because they were showing it at my dentist. So I would go to the dentist and they had it on like a TV screen over my head. I think the one that I watched was the one with... Was that the one with Megan Fox? Was she in a Transformer? Was she... She was in Transformers, yes. I don't really know my celebrities. That's why I had to really think about that. That was the first... Okay, yeah. Yeah, I was at the dentist and they had Transformers up on the screen above me. I didn't really exactly know what was going on, but I did plan to actually rewatch it because it seemed pretty interesting. Bayverse or other movies, I actually don't know the whole Transformer universe very well. I know some of the characters. And I know the general premise. But yeah, it's one of those movies where I watched like half of it because of circumstances, and then not after that. That was kind of what happened with the Titanic. I think I mentioned that, where my cousins were watching it, and then I ended up watching parts of it. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna call this done. Done! Okay. On to more work. Yay! There's Transformers in the 80s, 90s movies, ones in Bayverse, and other miscellaneous modern stuff like Bumblebee and Transformers 1. Marketing for Transformers 1 was so bad that some of the that some guy on Twitter who was the hype man for Transformers. Man, you know, honestly, kudos to diehard fans, you know? Like, I think that was kind of what happened sort of with Gundam. I think it was like a bunch of girls who actually managed to make Gundam into the franchise that it is. But, you know, sometimes companies don't market very well, or sometimes they don't even try to market. It's like they're just trying to like release it into the void and hope that something happens. Sometimes that does work. Sometimes it does work. But other times that doesn't work. Most of the time that doesn't work. But, you know, there's always a fan of something somewhere, you know? So kudos to those fans who are really into really niche things and are really passionate about like specific things. West. Okay. Nice. Okay. Yeah, no matter how niche, there's always someone. But it really sucks to be that someone, you know? Like, growing up, I know that there are a few things that I was a fan of that no one else was a fan of. Like what was I a fan of? I know Barbie wasn't. Barbie has had like a resurgence, but growing up, I was such a big Barbie fan, like the Barbie movies. But you know, none of my other friends were, so it was rough. Because if the director willingly wants to join, that at least they'll try not to make the movie suck. You know, at least there's that. At least there will be an effort. That just reminds me of the original Percy Jackson movies. You know, everyone had such high hopes for it because Rick Riordan was going to be on. He was going to have allegedly going to have a hand in making the movies, but then they went so sideways that even Rick Riordan was like, "Nope, I'm tapping out. I can't do this anymore." And after the first movie, he stepped off completely. So, hopefully that doesn't happen. And when I say people had really high hopes, I mean me. I had high hopes. I didn't have social media at the time, so I don't know. I don't know if everyone else had high hopes, but I definitely had high hopes. Nice. Exactly. They had the writers working on this stuff and they still oh god. You had a golden egg in your basket. You had a golden goose. And you lost it. Like what does that say about you, hmm? He wasn't willing to join, so he was contracted. Wait, so you mean he signed a contract so he didn't want to do it, but he was already on contract? That's why he was on it? Or do you mean he was contracted as in like he didn't want to do it, but the money was too good? I remember having, well, I didn't have a Transformers toy growing up, but I had family members who did. And I definitely remember playing with those Transformers. And I remember never knowing how to transform them back, you know? Like you undo everything, you turn them into their bot form, their Autobot form, but then the moment you tell me to try to turn them back into a car, yeah, no, that's no. Little Kiriko could not handle that. Disassemble, I can definitely do that. Reassemble? No, 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 no. So a few times I did leave my cousins' homes with their transformer undone on their bed or something. I feel like growing up, Transformers was definitely one of the toys that was dominating like the toy aisles. Like if I had to think about what toys were in a toy aisle for me growing up, Littlest Pet Shop, Transformers, Bakugan, Barbies. I wanted a Littlest Pet Shop so bad growing up. The ones that you can like connect with friends with. Okay, I can put. Right, and then. Fourth one is contracted. Ah, okay. You have a lot of Transformers merch, like a Bumblebee mask. I remember Halloweens where kids were dressed up as Transformers. Have you guys seen that one video online of that little kid who dressed up as a Transformer? Like his parents made a Transformer costume out of cardboard, and he was able to, when he crouched down, it actually turned into a little car. It was so cute. No. Slide 1. 10 pages? Okay. It is what it is, I guess. Did I ever get it? Yes! Yes, yes. I think I still, technically, I still have a Tamagotchi. And I say technically because one, it died, and two, my little sister wanted it for aesthetic reasons, so now it's in her room somewhere. So I still have one. It's just with my sister right now. But yes, Tamagotchis. Did you ever? Oh my gosh, what was that one? There was like a Tamagotchi game. Tamagotchi DS game. Yes, Tamagotchi Connection? Was it Connection? Corner Shop? Yes, it was Corner Shop. I had Tamagotchi Corner Shop on Nintendo DS. Yes, the blockiness of the and being able to actually turn into a vehicle, that was so good. Honestly, kudos to the parents for making that costume. Creative parents, 10 out of 10. I could never. Like, I feel like that's like a feat of engineering. You had the Digimon version of Tamagotchi. Wait, what? What does that mean? Digimon version of Tamagotchi. Okay, I think this one's done. Which means I can check that off. 10 out of 10. Good job, me. Thank you. Okay, and then this one. It's the same thing, just with Digimon. You raise it, you can Digivolve. So, and it came in its own little like machine console tech thing. So it came in like kind of like a Tamagotchi type of like its own little quote unquote console. So what I'm hearing is in the past we had Tamagotchi, we had Littlest Pet Shop. Both of those I definitely played with, Tamagotchi and Littlest Pet Shop. But I've never heard of this Digimon one. I've never heard Digital Monster. What? Oh my god. That's kind of cute. Oh my god, it really is like a Tamagotchi. It even has the 3 buttons and all. It's just square. It's a square Tamagotchi. That's wild. I've never heard of that. Well, I mean, for me, I think when I was growing up, Digimon was not as popular as Pokemon. I've definitely seen Pokemon and Bakugan, Transformers, that stuff more than I've seen Digimon. Digimon just kind of wasn't very popular growing up. Yeah, Pokemon. Did you guys hear about the whole? I think did I mention this? I don't know if I mentioned this because I mentioned this to like various people. The whole Nintendo's new lawsuit or their new patent or whatever. The one about they patented like summoning creatures and battling with them. How did they win that? I'm still so confused how they won that. Like, how does that legally? How does that work? Because what the heck? Huh? Like, legally, I'm so confused. They paid for it. I'm sure they did, but like, well, I mean, like, they have to pay for a patent, but I mean, how was that allowed? I feel like that was that. What? Pokemon. Because you have to think about like Digimon, Yu-Gi-Oh. I'm literally blanking out. I'm literally blanking out on anything that people summon. But a lot of franchises came before Pokemon. They don't take video games seriously enough. That's crazy. That's so insane. I feel like summoning things and battling with them, it's a whole genre that they just removed. Like I knew Pokemon Nintendo was litigious, but holy cow. It's a it in and of itself is a whole genre that they just completely. When I saw that, I was like, how does that work? Sega does what Nintendo don't. That's good. I don't think I've actually heard that quote before. That one's good. I I'm surprised I actually never heard that. Sega does what Nintendo don't. By that logic, you can't make a JoJo. I feel like if you try hard enough, it's like girl math, right? If you try hard enough, you can make that patent stretch out to so many things. Like when you're talking about summon, right? At first, weren't they saying that it was just going to be something that you summon and ride? Like you can't. They have a patent for something that you summon and ride. Like that's already. That was already like pretty broad. But then now it's something that you summon and battle. Like if I and what was it? It was like a creature that you summon in battle. Does that include like humanoid things? Like if I talk about Lucy Heartophilia from Fairy Tale and the way she summons her celestial spirits, they're humans, kind of. They're humanoids. Like suddenly there can't be a game for that when there's already games, Fairy Tale-esque games. Like I don't. Right. Yes. Every MMO has a steed that you summon and you ride. be back in just a moment. I'm gonna go grab some, like a snack and then top up my water. One moment. All right, I am back with more water and food. Because I'll be honest, I skipped lunch. Haha. So I have a little bit of a snack. I got some fruit. What? For lunch, I had a little nap at my desk. It was very yummy. You're getting food when you get off work? I'm gonna need to get like something to eat afterwards too. Okay. Fruity. I love fruit. Right now, I'm loving kiwi. Sega has been banning people with mods, specifically mods that cheat in races. See, those kind of bans make sense. If someone's cheating in the game, yeah, ban them. Get rid of them. But when it comes to like, I feel like banning something that is so common in game and something that's so broad, it tears down creativity in the gaming scene. What even was it? It was summoning. What was it exactly? Summoning a character. The core thing is Nintendo didn't patent summoning characters fight as a whole. They patented a very specific Pokemon loop which requires a throw to trigger action. Throw item, creature appears, battle starts, auto or command. Throw item again, capture succeeds. I feel like that's still pretty broad though. Like you throw something. You throw something, a creature appears, battle starts. They make it so vague so they can pick and choose who to shut down. Exactly. Once their competitor starts getting... Yeah, so it's not as bad as just like summoning. But I feel like that's still pretty open, you know? This guy on Reddit broke it down. Let's break it down. Throwing an object equals summoning. The player throws an object at an enemy. The action makes the ally character pop out. The game auto places it in front of the player or the enemy. Number 2. Once summoned, the ally moves on its own. The player doesn't pick its exact spot, the system decides instead. 3. There will be 2 battle modes, auto battle or command battle. 4. Okay, number 4, capture mechanic. Weaken the enemy, throw a ball, capture it. If successful, enemy is added to player's party. Okay, that part's pretty specific. Okay, yeah, that's not gonna fly in Persona 5. Weaken the enemy, unless the throw the ball. I don't know about the throw the ball part, because according to this Reddit user, who's TLDRing, apparently you have to throw something at them to capture it into your party. So their conclusion is that Nintendo's patent isn't the end of indie monster taming games, it's just locking down their throw item to summon and throw item to capture loop. Yeah, I feel like this TLDR probably, like, I mean, Nintendo's lawyers, they probably went through that entire patent, right? They probably it's probably not as specific as that. I'm sure they have like some clause in there that makes it go like, oh, well, you're not throwing something, but technically we can still sue you. Because I feel like they would be a pretty bad lawyer if they didn't catch something like that, you know? I'm pretty sure most things will have like some sort of like vague thing like, you know, just don't. It's like, don't what? It's like, well, don't. Otherwise we'll sue you. But we don't know what we don't. It's like, exactly. I should just put that into my stream chat rules too. Just don't. Nintendo's lawyers are legitimately tired or paid very highly. Probably both. They're probably working around the clock, but they're probably also being paid quite nicely. Legal stuff like that with loopholes, right? I think. You know what? I'm gonna update my chat stream rules. I'm just gonna put one rule that's just don't. Or you know, do a reservation of rights where it's like we reserve the right to give you a bonk. Reserving the right to do anything is just like a catch-all, isn't it? It's just, you know, we don't like the rules are not specific to one thing. There's something in the law that mentions no loopholes. No loopholes would make I feel like no loopholes would make lawyers' jobs way too easy. Hmm. Ooh. Hmm. Okay, nice. All right, so close to being done. Da, 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 da. Innocent until proven guilty to many alleged accusations. The thing is, they are legally innocent until proven guilty. Legally, they are. But that doesn't stop people, you know, it doesn't stop the court of public opinion. So it's not that we need to bring it back because it never left. It's just the fact that everyone is too willing to jump to conclusions without waiting for the actual like court to decide. Give an inch, take a mile. Yep. Going back to when we were talking about customer service, how like some supervisors and managers will, um, they'll let something go once, and then like I mentioned, I hate it when they do that. Like they'll let a customer get away with something, but now that customer will like expect that now. They'll be like, oh, if I push hard enough, then they're gonna give in. And then of course there are times where they'll come up to me and go like, well, last time they let me do this, why can't I do it now? And I'm like, oh, for Pete's sake. Yeah, court of public opinion is insane. Like legally everyone is innocent until proven guilty. Even when you're detained, it's because they are detaining you because they probably have enough evidence to arrest you to bring you to trial. But until then, you are still innocent until proven guilty. But man, the court of public opinion is... It may not be a real thing. It might not be a real tangible thing, but... Yep. There was this... In fact, funny thing is, this morning I was on Instagram, and I'm not following them. They just showed up on my Explore page, so I took a look, and there's this like, I think they're a small business owner. I don't remember, but I think they created a book called like the Pink Book, and this customer bought the pink book and were unhappy with how bright the pink was. They were like, "Oh, this pink is too bright. You need to give me a refund." And the business owner was like, "Yeah, I'll give you a refund if you send it back." And it's like, "Okay, well, are you gonna send me the refund along with the shipping to return it back to you?" And the business owner's like, "No, I'm just gonna refund you. You have to cover the shipping to send it back to me." And the customer was like, "I'm gonna bring in my lawyer husband, and he's gonna take you down." And na. And I think the post that I saw this morning was the quote unquote lawyer husband. We don't know if he's an actual lawyer, who emailed the business owner going like, "My name is blah blah blah. I am a lawyer." And the email that he sent was, it was a demand letter dash template DIY. Like he didn't even bother removing the template DIY part before he sent the email. And I was like, oh my god. And he cited the court of public opinion. I'm like, the moment you cited the court of public opinion as basis for your argument is the moment you probably lost. No, I guess the moment you lost is when you use a template DIY. Sorry, a DIY template and kept that name in the file. You would lie, say you got in trouble for it, so you can't do it again. You know what? That's pretty good. That's a pretty good excuse. Except for the moment where they already talked to the supervisor last time, and the supervisor was the one who gave permission, which is why you did it in the first place. You're that supervisor. They have to talk to you to talk to your supervisor. At a previous job, for the longest time, my team didn't have a supervisor. So we definitely did that thing where we would pick up the phone and go like, oh, you want to speak to the supervisor? And we would just wave the other one of us over and go like, here's my supervisor. And then one of our coworkers will pick up the phone. It's like, hi, yes, I'm the supervisor. How can I help you? But like, there literally wasn't anything else we could have done because we didn't have a supervisor. So yes, I did roleplay as supervisor before. Like, I think I only did it like once because luckily the team was competent enough to handle things on their own. But like usually the thing is they just need, I feel like a lot of angry customers just need someone to like verify what the first person said. They just need someone to pretend to have like authority and agree. Because the amount of times I would tell a customer, no, this is our policy, we can't do this, and they'll be like, let me speak to your supervisor, and I'll hand the phone off to someone, and they're like, no, this is our policy, we can't do that, and they'll be like, oh, okay, I understand, goodbye. And I'm like, what the heck? We're just repeating the same thing over and over again, and yet the end of the day, we all knew upper management would always just say yes, do the return. So why waste all that? See, yeah, exactly. What was it that my manager always said? Anticipate the needs of the higher ups. Always anticipate what they need. And it's like, okay, well, they need people to shut up, so we might as well just agree. But honestly, that is kind of the truth. Like upper management just wants people to shut up, so might as well. They don't want to hear about any issues. Nine times out of 10, they won't even. That was honestly my manager. Like heck, she didn't even want to come down. I think the only time that she did come down was when nothing else helped, and she happened to be passing by. So, we grabbed her. Yes, the customer's always right in terms of taste. And then after they leave, you can judge the heck out of their taste. But only judge them after they've left. Make sure they left before you start judging their taste. Alrighty. Oh my god, over half an hour left. What the heck? I feel like I've been working all day, which I have. Is my workday almost over? I still have 40 minutes. Here's an off-topic question. Do you guys like the taste of florals? Like rose flavored things or like lavender flavored things? Is that something that you guys like? Hey, you just got off work. Congratulations. Woo! You're free, and it's the weekend now. You haven't had really much exposure. Me neither. I think I usually see it more in like, soaps, fragrances and stuff. But every time I do have something that's like flavored or something, I don't like rose. I don't like the smell of rose. I don't like the taste of rose. I don't know. It's just too floral for me. Same. I think a lot of people feel that way, where florals are just too soapy. They get too reminded of soap. You didn't know that rose? Yes, rose can be a flavor. I think that people put it in like pastries and stuff. Like it comes in a syrup. I know that. But in general, I'm not a huge fan of rose. But I had something that was like violet flavored this week, and even then, like, it wasn't bad. It was just very floral. Super floral. Also, hi Horde God, hello! But yeah, my coworker, she brought in some violet candies. She might have bought it, but like she actually herself didn't like it. She thought it was too much like soap. And then a couple of my other coworkers thought the same thing. For me, I was kind of like in the middle where I didn't hate it. There, like I would. The way I explained it to her was because it's here, I will snack on it. But if it wasn't here, I wouldn't go out and buy it. Cherry blossom. Well, I think one of them is like probably a blossom from a cherry tree, and one of them's a blossom from a peach tree. I don't know what the flavor difference would be. I actually don't think I've ever had like a cherry blossom or peach blossom flavored anything. Like thinking about it now, I don't think so. So now I'm curious, what does that taste like? I feel like the taste would be very subtle, you know? I went to the States before, and I remember when I went to the States, I could see people going to the market and buying branches of cherry blossoms. And that was actually crazy to me because where I live, if I just walk outside my house, I can just pick up a cherry blossom branch off of the ground. And then I go to a different country, and then suddenly people are buying these, and I'm like, dang, I should have just picked up a bunch of these off the ground from home and then sell them. If people were willing to shell out money for a branch, dang. I live in an anime. Catch me running outside with bread in my mouth. I'm not gonna run into Senpai. Senpai's gonna run me over with a car. I feel like that's more likely nowadays. Every time I open my mouth, a cherry blossom branch will lose its petals. Truckun. Oh my god, Senpai's the one driving Truckun? That's crazy. Oh my god, in Twilight, wasn't there like a scene where Bella almost got hit by a truck? If Edward didn't save her, she totally almost got isekai'd. Bella would have been isekai'd away from her vampire series. Truckun was there. Because I'm pretty sure when Bella almost got hit by a truck, I think that was kind of a turning moment in the book. Because I think that was when she clocked that, oh, Edward's not a real human. And the only reason why Edward saved Bella was because he didn't want her blood to spill, or else You know, they're vampires. Um, but you know what? Edward had no reason to be afraid, okay? If he had let that truck hit Bella, she would have just been isekai'd. She wouldn't have even bled. She would have just gone to another world. So honestly, bro panicked for nothing. She got isekai into the van. Oh my gosh. Twilight was an isekai all along. The show she really came from was True Blood or Vampire Diaries. I never read Read? Was Vampire Diaries a book? I never watched Vampire Diaries. Renesmee. You know what I've always found kind of sucked about Bella naming her daughter Renesmee? Like if I remember correctly, she named her daughter Renesmee after both her and Edward's moms. Renee and Esme. But now I'm like, but what about the dad? Because she's been living with this guy. She's been living with her dad this entire series, and I guess it's because she lived more with her mom. Vampire Diaries, I couldn't tell you what it was about. I think it was like Twilight, but like more vampire-y. Because I remember when Bella was being turned into a vampire, I think the whole debate was, oh no, but your dad's gonna be so upset. Because he's gonna think that you died. And then in the end, after that whole discourse, she still named. I mean, I guess it's a whole thing where it's like, oh well, but she's a girl, you know, I had a daughter. Maybe, I don't know. I think I'm reading too much into it. He went through so much. He really did. He takes in his daughter. His daughter gets involved with a vampire, almost gets hit by a truck. This vampire broke up with her. She falls into like a depression and upsetty and everything. She runs off to Italy. I'm pretty sure she did like cliff diving and like Loki gave him a heart attack and everything. This man finally gets his daughter back, and his daughter's immediately like, what's the craziest thing I can do around here? And also that whole Jacob thing, the whole Jacob imprinting on her daughter thing, that part creepy. I think when I read it the first time, I didn't think it was very creepy. But then again, I was young. But now, when I think about it, I'm like, dang, that is really creepy. They explained it away as like, oh, you know, she'll mature faster than a normal human. It's like, okay. Weird. Like I feel like the whole Renesmee arc was really it was interesting, I think, from what I remember. I think the Renesmee arc was interesting. The whole idea that there's like a half vampire and the Volturi's not doesn't like it, and like there's going to be a war because they think that she's like an immoral child or something. I at least I think it was interesting. That might just be nostalgia speaking. I don't remember if that actually makes it better. Like, I don't know if that arc was actually interesting or not. But, you know. I'm pretty sure there was this one vampire series that I did like, but I don't remember what it was called. But that's also because in the past there were so many different vampires. I think it was like vampires, and then it was like dystopian world, and now it's like fantasy. I think now people are into fantasy. Whole series was a fever dream. Honestly, yes. My last manager actually still loves Twilight. She said that she was a big fan of the Twilight series. I was like, okay. Helsing Ultimate. Helsing Ultimate was so good. I think I mentioned this, but I showed it to my little sister when she was basically a toddler, and she loved it. And thinking back, I'm like, wow, I was a great older sister. I really exposed her to Helsing Ultimate. But no, the series that I read wasn't Helsing Ultimate. It wasn't. It wasn't. It was American, I think, or North American at least. All I remember is that the cover had a girl holding a stake, and there was a house involved. There was a house involved. Wow, good job, Kirko. Let me see. Let me see if I can find it actually. Camila, no. YA. Vampire Academy? No, it wasn't Vampire Academy. I think I've definitely heard of Vampire Academy though. Slayer? Was it called Slayer? Vampire. Oh my gosh, does anyone know the My Sister the Vampire? I loved reading that growing up. But right now, I could barely tell you what it was about. All I know, it was about twin sisters. One of them was a vampire, and one of them was like a preppy cheerleader type of girl. But I think they were still really close as sisters, and sometimes they switched places. Hi, Sugar! Hello, hello! I'm doing alright. How are you? Yes, My Sister the Vampire. I think I own a couple of My Sister the Vampire books. When Olivia Abbott moves to town, she's excited to join the cheerleading team and make new friends. When she meets Ivy Vega. At first, Ivy, pale and dressed all in black, looks like Olivia's opposite. Then the girls look beyond the glittery pink blush and the thick black eyeliner to discover they're identical twins. Olivia and Ivy are brimming with plans to switch places and pull every twin trick in the book. But Olivia soon discovers that she and Ivy aren't exactly the same. Ivy's a vampire, and she's not the only one in town. You've been practicing the clarinet. Nice. How's that going? I don't know how to play any instrument, so I can't ask you any specific questions, but are you still learning like notes? Are you learning to read notes, or are you learning songs already? Did I get Silent Salt? No. Nope. Silent Salt. I've only streamed Cookie Run once. Since since the crying stream, the Beasties stream, and no, he swerved me. He hasn't come by. So I might actually have to wait until he gets added to the Fate poll. Except I am gonna have to use up. I'm gonna have to use up my Fate cookie cutters. Like I have 10 of them, I think, that are expiring within the next 2 weeks. So long lost sister trope. Yep. I think what I liked about My Sister the Vampire is the fact that the sisters are friends. Like they didn't look at each other and go like, "Oh, yeah, they're so different. You know, we're never gonna be friends." But instead, like, I think that was what I liked about My Sister the Vampire. It was more of like the sisters teaming up rather than being against each other. Honestly, I need more stories where the female characters are friends. Like, I'm a sucker for... Okay, you guys know I read manhwas and webtoons and stuff. And I feel like a lot of the times, whenever it's like an isekai or reincarnation type of story, the main character, the female main character, always has like beef with who was the person who was supposed to be the female lead or something. So I kind of love it where instead of like being against each other, they end up becoming friends. Like the story I like right now is the Fortune Telling Princess. It's another isekai one, and there is a female, the original female lead. But you know, I like that one. I like the characters in that one. You're learning songs now? You know 6 songs. Ooh, nice. Do you think I'll know any of the songs? I especially love stories where like the main characters aren't just friends, but they get up to shenanigans together. Like they get into mischief and like they're thick as thieves. Ah, those are fun. You don't know if you know them. Oh, that's cute. Oh, she's teaching her dad songs. That's cute. That's really sweet. Are they good songs? Hopefully they're good songs. I mean, I feel like it's pretty hard to make a bad tune. I think it's easy to make a bad song, but usually a beat's pretty okay, right? I don't know, I've never made music before. But you know what they say, if someone makes something look easy, that means they're good at it. Personally, you think they're good songs? That's good. It must be nice learning music that you like. When my brother was learning the recorder, I knew he liked playing the recorder because he liked the achievement grinding. Because every time he passed like a certain like knowledge threshold, his teacher would put like a different colored elastic band on his recorder. So that was like his version of like achievement grinding, get all the elastic bands. And I think personally, I think that's like a great way of getting kids into learning a skill. You know, it's like the collect it all mentality. Because growing up, I never had that. I think it was just like learn, just do it. finished that. 1, 2, 3. What? Wait, I swear I did another one. Where'd it go? 4. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. The only thing you dislike about the clarinet is the spit in it. Oh yes, the what are they considered? Are they considered like wind instruments? Are they wind instruments? Yes, wind instruments. They get gross. That's why you have to clean them, right? To be honest, I remember playing the recorder as a kid, and they gave us that stick that you're supposed to use to like jab inside, and I never understood what it did because it was such a tiny stick. Like, how's that supposed to clean anything out? I don't get it. But with the clarinet, I think like no, the flute is the one that breaks into 3 pieces, right? Does the clarinet break apart? Like, can you snap it apart? Because I know the flute you can. Wait, why haven't I gotten anything all day? What the heck? Hold on. Oh, the sounds of the kitchen. I didn't turn on the freaking sounds of the kitchen. Hold up. Let's turn on some cooking. Oh, actually, kitchen ambience. Oh, look at this food, guys. Look at the little bento here. They're little bunnies. That's adorable. Music. I'm actually gonna change the music to spooky melodies. I think we deserve some spooky melodies. Yeah. Stretch my back. Stretch your back, guys. You're using the smallest instrument in your class since everyone else is playing things like drum, tuba. Listen, clarinet sounds pretty, okay? Like drums, how many drums can you have in an orchestra anyway? You know what I mean? Like, hello? Like, let's be so real right now. Like, I'm pretty sure in like one, you know, in one segment, like, what's the maximum amount of drums? Like 2, 3? Okay, I'm sure you can have multiple saxophones, but like, listen, clarinet is out of that list that you just wrote. Clarinet seems the prettiest. Like the other ones are cool, but I think a clarinet, flutes are pretty. What else is a very pretty instrument? I think the piano is a very pretty instrument. A violin's also very pretty. Saxophones are cool though. Classy, yeah, classy, pretty. Saxophones are cool. I'll never forget. I think when I was in elementary school, we had like what's a saxophone player called? Anyways, we had this guy come in. He was playing a bunch of sax songs, and everyone was just saying like, "Yay!" And then he started playing na 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 na. You know, like he started playing like Pink Panther and stuff, and everyone was like, "Yeah!" Like he rocks up to an elementary school playing all these like jazzy things, and we're all like, "Yay!" Polite clap. He starts playing Pink Panther. The entire raised the roof. Entire roof went insane. Tuba? I feel like I never really heard a tuba. The only time I ever hear a tuba is in like a school band. Or like, you know, at a football stadium or something. Drums are really cool though. I don't know how to explain it, but drums are really cool. Pink Panther, yes. And then you learn mission. See, you're learning the important songs, the culturally important theme songs. Recently I've been like on kind of like a classical music binge, so I've been listening to a lot of classical music pieces. Like the overture of what was it, like 17 something. I'm listening to, you know, the Hall of the Mountain King, Vivaldi, Four Seasons, the tango, so the rondo turco, stuff like that. And then I knew as soon as I got into the comment section of this one song, I knew exactly what the comment section was gonna be. But the Barber of Seville, as soon as I opened the comment section, it was all Bugs Bunny, and I was like, yes, I'm with my people. I love Bugs Bunny so much. And that episode of Bugs Bunny where, well, actually there were a few episodes of Bugs Bunny that really stuck with me, but the one where it was Elmer J. Fudd, billionaire, I own a mansion and a yacht, where he runs onto stage. And Bugs is on stage, and they're doing the Barbara Seville. YouTuber that plays songs from animes, and you heard him playing the song from Your Name? Yes. Oh, and Canon in D. I feel like when you're talking about like classical pieces that everyone knows, you can't forget Canon in D or Pachelbel. I'm done work. I'm done work. I'm done work. Yes. Pull up some classical music. Na 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 na. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Rondo a la Turca. I was like Rondo something Turca. Something something Turca. Moonlight Sonata, yes. Yes. I think growing up, Claire de Lune and For Elise. For Elise? For Elise. Oh, Ein Klein as well. I remember Ein Klein. I was listening to Rondo a la Turca, you know, on my phone. And what did my brother say? My brother, he's definitely a Roblox. He's a Roblox kid. My brother is a Roblox kid. So I was listening to good old Rondo a la Turca. Very famous piece. And he goes, that's the song from insert this game from Roblox. And my sister and I just froze and we were like, yeah, it's a classical Mozart piece. It's not a Roblox piece. Ooh, ceramics. I kind of miss ceramics. I wish I did more ceramics in school. But there's only so much. Like, we only did for like a little bit before we moved on to other things. Rondo, I like. You know, for one of these streams, I should just turn off the music from Spirit City Lo-Fi, and I should just play classical music. Classical music's a vibe. I've seen like I've definitely seen those memes online where people were like, we don't need rap music to hype ourselves up. Just listen to some classical music. Would I get copyright struck? I don't think so, because I think the copyright is 200 years. I think only certain... oh wait, no, I can. Okay, the original composition is public domain. But any modern recording is still fair for people to copyright. Same with performances, but original compositions. Original compositions are fine. Do I have any game suggestions? What kind of game are you thinking of? What kind of game are you looking for suggestions for? Because I might have some. It just depends on what you're looking for. Like if you're looking for chill games, I have some chill games. If we're talking about mystery games, I have some mystery games. If we're talking about like grindy games, co-op games, then yes. Chill games. Chill games are usually pretty puzzly, I think. Whisper of the House is really nice. I really, really liked Whisper of the House. Honestly, I would be streaming Whisper of the House again. But then I need to get work done, so no Whisper of the House. But Whisper of the House is it's really fun. I really like Whisper of the House. Tiny Bookshop is also pretty good. I like Tiny Bookshop. But I think Tiny Bookshop is definitely more slower pace. Well, actually, both of them are pretty slow pace. I don't know. Hidden Through Time was also fun. It got a little sometimes, but it was fun. But the was just me and my unobservedness, you know? Things like Cozy Organizer's fun. Oh, you know what's a game I really, really like? I got it from my friends. I got it from my friends and my sister. Frog Detective. Frog Detective is such a silly little game. It's not really chill, but it's super silly, and it's like an hour long. It's like an hour-long game. And then there are 3 games in the series. It's such a silly little game. So if you're into silly games, Frog Detective, my love. A Little to the Left and Cats Organized Neatly. I have both of those games in my library. They're both more puzzle games though, so I don't know if you like that. Same with Invento. Invento is also a puzzle game. Chill games. Fields of Mystria was pretty popular if you're into like farm simulation type of games. What else? What else? What else? Oh, House Flipper. House Flipper is fun. The only reason why I don't play House Flipper anymore is because it gives me a headache. I can't do I really, really can't do first-person views. So like even Minecraft on first-person will give me a headache. So that sucks. Web fishing. I played web fishing quite a bit at the start of my my little streaming. It's not really a career, but my whole streaming thing. I did play web fishing a bit, and it's fun. It's just grinding, you know, just doing fishing. You don't really do anything other than fishing, really. And you try to collect a bunch of fish, sell them, make money, upgrade your materials to fish some more. Minami Lane was fun. I streamed it. Minami Lane. It was fun. I think you could finish it in one go though, so I don't... If you're looking for like a long-term game, that's probably not gonna be one that you're gonna want to get, but Minami Lane is really cute. And then here are some games that I've never played, but I would like to. Little Problems, a cozy detective game. I want to play that one. What else? What else do I want to play? Roof cleaning services is also in my wish list. I feel like cozy is more like I don't know, for some okay, cozy for me would be like a puzzle game or something. And then chill would be like, you know, head empty. I don't actually have to use my brain. I guess something that doesn't really have a cozy could also be like, oh, there's no story. I don't know, what would you define them as? Like, what would be the separation for you guys? Is this Seat Taken is also on my wish list? I have a game on my wish list. Apparently it's gonna come out in 2026. It's called Usagi Shima Bunny Island. And it looks really cozy. I don't know what it's really about, but it looks really cute and cozy. So once it comes out, maybe I'll go grab that. The problem with a lot of cozy games I find is that, you know, there's really no end to it. If that makes sense. Like, there's no start, there's no end. It's like if you work on an island forever. And to be honest, not a problem per se. It's just there's no end. Cozy is simple task. Yeah. I feel like I use those two like interchangeably. Maybe two interchangeably. Chill is like puzzle games. Did I say that as well, or did I think of it the other way around? I don't remember what I said. You can take your time. Yeah, when it comes to like chill, cozy games, yeah, the ones I mentioned are pretty good. Yeah. It just depends on if you want some that are like more puzzly or not. And then you have things like the chef's shift, which looks really like cozy and chill and calm and whatever, but instead it gives me a headache with the soap opera storyline, which I don't mind at all, but you know. Mm. What am I looking at? Okay. Oh, you know what I was thinking? So I'm working on the Google Forms for, you know, my little birthday stream that I was planning. I think it would be so much fun to play like games with you guys. Like the Jackbox games, Gartic Phone. I feel like that would be so much fun. So one of these days I would want to do something like that. The only problem with that, and I say problem loosely, is that I feel like it would be so much easier if, you know, if I could do it on Discord instead of, it's like trying to arrange it, basically. The hardest issue is arranging it. Because I don't have, I don't have a Discord community yet. You're only on your phone? That's okay. Jackbox and Gartic Phone and everything can be played on phone and iPads and stuff. I would know. I've done it before. It's rough, especially when you're trying to play like Gartic Phone with like artists and stuff, and they have like their own fancy like drawing tablets, and I'm just here like trying to draw with my fingers or with like my mouse. I'm like, dang it, guys, get on my level. Which is not a really high level, but like, get on my level. Stop making me feel bad. It's also really rough playing games with people who are just like funnier than you. Like my sisters are so funny without even trying, and I'm like, dang it. Okay, let me see. I'm gonna have to figure out some other way to plan something like that because I feel like it would be really fun. I don't really have any friends who are available at the same time to play with me. My ulterior motive for streaming is just to find people to talk to at a time that I'm available. Mm. Oopsie. Close that. Adult problems, right? Adults need playdates too. And by playdates, I mean like by playdate, I mean like literally playing games. What are we talking about? We are talking about upcoming streams because I did a post yesterday about how I'm gonna do a birthday stream where I'm gonna do Q&A and stuff, but I also want to do a stream where I hang out with you guys. To be honest, it doesn't even have to be a stream. Right now I say stream because that's the easiest, but in the future, once I hit 1k and once I have a Discord community, I think it'll be so much fun to do like community events where, you know, we can do like Jackbox or Gartic Phone or other sort of like online board games and stuff together. I think that'll be fun. It's just logistics, trying to figure out how it's gonna work. Okay. Add. Okay, let's do this. I know I said my work is done, but now I'm working on the Google Form, so hopefully you guys will have it up soon. I want to give you guys as much time as possible. I honestly don't even know when the stream is gonna be. My birthday is early November, so at least, you know, maybe at least a month? Question mark. Okay, I don't care about this. I don't care about these. Okay. Ta-da! Man, am I frozen? Is my what is this frozen? There we go. Oh my goodness, I didn't realize I was frozen. How embarrassing. um Alrighty. Mm-hmm. I should really get something to eat now. The fruit tied me over for a little bit, but I should get something else to eat. But let me finish this. I need to. This is a working stream, so I'm gonna do my best to finish as much as I can. Okay, I think this is fine. Oh my goodness. I hate having to submit something like I hate publishing something, like whether that be like publishing a video, a stream, or a form online, or like even a post online, because I'm like, what if I did something wrong? Okay, you know what? I think this looks fine. Question mark? What if I do this? What will this look like? Let's preview this actually. Okay, go back, abort. Okay, that's fine. No, let's change this actually. Gross. Blah. Okay, no, that's not good. I need to redo this. Leave page. Okay. Actually, no, I don't want this. I want this to not be required. There we go. Alrighty. Preview. Okie doke. Alright, I'm gonna... Done. I think. I don't know if I did this right. Oh well. Okay. Right. That's done. Alrighty. Okay, that's done. Do I have anything else I need to work on? So. Oh no, yes there is. Yes there is. Okay. All this up. Yay. Okay. There we go. No, that does not look. No. Ay, 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 ay. Am I free yet? Technically I am free. I'm just working on something. I'm free. I'm free of my corporate job. I'm free of my corporate girly job. But I'm not free of my my non-corporate girly work. Free but not free. Yes. Is saved. Okay, now I'm free. Now I'm free. I think. Have I seen those animation memes like Sinking Town, Just Be Competent? They go so hard, but you don't know why they're called animation memes. What is the definition of a meme? A meme is an idea, behavior, or style that spreads beyond by means of imitation from person to person. So I guess it's because it's something that is spreading and it's of the same template, but instead of just being like an image meme, it's like an animated one, I guess. Because I guess when you do think of meme, you think of like a static image. But like Sinking Town, Just Be Competent, those are animated. So they clarify by saying it's an animated meme, animation meme. But animation memes actually take so much effort. Like, kudos to people. You know, like those people who have like crazy talent and then they use it to make memes. Like, I aspire to be those people. Like, wow. Having all the talent to like animate and you like, and they make something funny, even if it's like not a funny meme. Like if they're just doing it, that's crazy. But like, it's those people who are super talented and then they make something like really dumb. I love those. But yes, animation meme, I think it's just like, you know, something that is like repeated, like other people have done it before. They're not claiming it's like an original thing. I think that's why. I literally googled the definition of a meme just now. My sister is never gonna let me live that down. They put a lot of effort. Anytime anyone puts a lot of effort into something, I'm like, dang. But yeah, I will take a look at those. Because I think I've seen a few. I haven't really gone down the rabbit hole. It hasn't really shown up on my For You pages or anything. But I think I've seen like a couple of like things here and there. Because even if you don't look for them, they will show up. Internet! There we go. You're working on some art for me? Thank you! Thank you! I'm excited to see it. Thank you, Sugar. Let's go! Oh my goodness. Thank you so much. Okay, I am going to make that post about the birthday thing. So I'm just gonna say it now, even though all of this will be in the post, but I'm just gonna say it now. So my birthday is November 8th, but I'm not gonna be streaming on November 8th because I have something to do that day. I have something to do that day, so my birthday will not be November. The stream will not be November 8th, even though my birthday is November 8th. And of course, depending on the submissions, like if I don't get a lot of submissions, that's completely okay. I'm gonna put everything into like one stream. But if I happen to get a lot of submissions, it'll be like 2 separate streams. So that's just my little heads up for you guys. Yes, cook. I've also been doing a lot of little doodling on my own time because I don't know, I want to get better at drawing too. I used to be really into drawing as a kid, and then I stopped, and now I don't do a lot of drawing, so I'm coming back. My drawing era, it has to come back. Okay, let me type this up. Dun, dun. Current. There we go. Righty. Honestly, on my birthday, I actually usually don't do much. So this is actually the most I've kind of ever done for my birthday. Because usually when it comes to birthdays, I don't usually do a lot. I just do what I do every day. And then at night, I usually have cake with my family. So I'm kind of excited for this. Where is it? Art. Actually, when do I want to make the deadline for this? I don't want to make it too late, but I also don't want to make it too early. And of course, if you guys create something and you submit something and you want to submit more, feel free to do that. I don't know if after submitting you'll be able to submit again, but if you have trouble with that, let me know and I'll see what I can do, okay? Oh my gosh, what if I make the deadline Halloween? That would be kind of... No, that's a little mean. Everyone's busy on or actually I don't think everyone's busy, but you know, that's a holiday, kind of. Let's do November 2nd. Okay. Wow, and I said I was done working, and suddenly I'm so good at this stop working thing. Okay. I need... this. There we go. Where? Oopsie. That's embarrassing. Actually, it's really not, but you know. No, I want to change that actually. Oh my gosh, the art I have for my little announcement post is actually so cute, you guys. I can't wait to post this post so that you guys can see how cute this little art is. There we go. Here, download. This one. This one. Oh, I love this little drawing so much. Artists are the best. They're so creative. They create the best things. Like, honestly, creatives are the best. There we go. Alrighty. So you guys will probably see this. You guys will see this by... in just a moment. Alright. So I'm gonna post it now. And then you guys let me know if there's any issues or anything. You guys can let me know. And then I'll do my best to fix them, okay? There we go. There we go. Ah, the art is so cute. Oh wait, oh my gosh, I knew I was forgetting something. It's always right after I hit post that I forget something. What the heck? That always happens. Okay, there we go. Now it's done. Oh my gosh. Ignore the little edit at the top of that post, okay? Like, that doesn't exist. You guys don't see it. Looks direct. No, don't look at the edit. It doesn't exist, okay? Poof, it's gone. Bleach, bleach. Get it out. No, you don't see it. There is no edit button. What do? You don't. You don't look, okay? Look lower. Look at the cute art. Don't look at the edit button, okay? Don't look at the little edit tag. Sometimes I'm sure you guys, someone has probably noticed, but sometimes I repost some of my posts because I have to edit it, and I'm like, if I don't edit it, then it's just pretty much all of my posts will have that little edit tag next to it if I don't repost it. Like, that's no. There we go. Another year older. Oh look, I got a new spirit in Spirit City. Let's take a look. What do I have? It's a little carrot knight. Oh, he's adorable. Oh shoot, I just realized I got him after chopping up an entire pile of carrots. Look at that right behind him. That's his brethren right there. I've just been there chopping up carrot after carrot. Squire Sprout. Look! I've been cutting. Oh no. I'm evil. Scrub and rinse your plates thoroughly. Make sure to clean up after dinner. Turn on a vinyl. Okay. Gotta be after dinner, so evening? And then I need to be scrubbing the dishes. And I need to be listening to a vinyl. There we go. Would you say that after dinner is evening, or would after dinner be night? Because technically, both of them are after dinner. Nighttime happens after evening. And if evening's after dinner, then, you know, technically both of them are right. Ma'am, you're not even rinsing your dishes? You're just gonna scrub them with the sponge and put them straight in? No, you need to scrub and then rinse and then put it into the dish. Ah! You can't see the post? What? Is it not in my community post? Okay. Don't be like me. Don't send links, but I'm the streamer, so I'm gonna put a link there. It should link to the post. Directly to the post. There we go. And if that doesn't work, we are all SOL. I hope this link works. Yeah, okay, it looks like the link works. No links in my chat, unless it's coming from me. Or one of my mods, but you know, you guys get it. Let me know if that's still an issue, alright, Sugar? More water in my throat. You're welcome. You know, for a moment, I was like, why does the music sound so spooky? And then I remembered I'm listening to the Halloween songs on Spirit City. Duh. There we go. I can close all that now. Yippee! Okay, now I'm done everything for now. Haha. Oh. Nope. Anyways, any plans for the weekend? In Canada, it is actually our Thanksgiving weekend. So for us, we are doing the whole celebrating with family thing. Right after the Chinese version of celebrate Thanksgiving with family and everything. Did I tell you guys the story of like the kids and the stolen turkey? I think I might have. It was a crazy story. What's the link for it? That's the community post, yeah. Sugar had a little bit of difficulty finding the community post. It wasn't showing up for Sugar. So I for the one, put the link in chat. But I'm the only one who will have permission to put link in chat, okay? Anyone else put link in chat, they get bonked. You'll be doing yard work and deep cleaning the car. Fun chores! Woo! I need to do the laundry. Fun. But yeah, the turkey story. Basically, my parents were at work. My parents were at work one day, and my mom was working cashier when these kids came in and they were holding a turkey, like a frozen turkey. I don't remember when this was, like a couple years ago. They were holding a frozen turkey, and they walk up to my mom and they're like, "Hi, would you like a frozen turkey?" And my mom's like, "No, what? Like, where'd you get this turkey? Why are you guys offering me a turkey? What is going on, right?" And they're like, "Oh, we just have this frozen turkey and we're gonna we want to sell the frozen turkey." And my mom's like hecka suspicious. She's like, "No, thank you. First of all, if I'm buying a frozen turkey, I won't be buying it off of these random kids who are walking into my workplace like this, you know?" So these kids were like, "Okay," and then they walk off, and my mom kind of forgot about it until I think it was like a few hours later. This grown man comes into the store, and then he buys a few things, and he's in line at the cash register, and he's chatting with my mom while she's like checking him out, right? So he's like, "Yeah, the craziest thing happened. It's like the worst. My car got broken into." So obviously my mom's like, "Oh no, that really sucks. Was anything stolen?" And he was like, "Yeah, a few things were stolen, some bits and bobs, and the frozen turkey I was gonna make for Thanksgiving." And my mom just froze, and she goes, "Frozen turkey?" And he's like, "Yeah, I had a frozen turkey. I had a frozen turkey in the car. I went and I left my car so that I could open the gate to my house, open my front door and everything. But when I turned back, like there was nothing left." And my mom's like, she's connecting the dots. She's like, well, funny story about what happened earlier today." But yeah, that's a story that I like. I usually think of every time someone thinks about like turkey for Thanksgiving or like holidays. I always think about the kids with the frozen turkey and the poor man who lost his frozen turkey. "You're gonna make a paper craft? That's okay, sugar. I will appreciate anything. Just you can feel free to submit a picture of that. Yeah." Honestly, I'm not picky with like the fan creations at all. But hey, paper craft or paper doll is really creative. I actually didn't even think about something like that. So that's really cool. Paper craft is actually really cool. I should go back to origami. I say that all the time, don't I? I feel like I say that every couple of streams. I should go back to origami. Actually, I say a lot of things. I should go back to origami. I should go back to drawing. I should go back to this and that. It's okay. Whatever. Where am I? See? Yes, I did say that you can do stick figures. I mean, have you played Henry Stickmin? Like that game's a work of art, and the entire thing is just Stickman. So, yes. Even if what you submit is like stick figures, I will take it happily. Sometimes I'm still surprised that Henry Stickmin was created by the same creators as I think it was Among Us, same developers as Among Us. Like that was not a connection I was expecting to make. But then sometimes I go back to sometimes I watch streamers play Henry Stickmin, and then I listen to like the sounds and everything. And I'm like, yeah, you know what? Actually, I do see it. There we go. Yeah. I think one of these, I've been trying to draw something like every day. The emphasis on trying, you know, trying not succeeding. I've been trying to draw something every day. Maybe one day I'll make like a whole compilation of the different things I've drawn. Because some of this stuff I'm actually very proud of. Other things, not so much. Okay. Alrighty. Alright. Oh, this is cute. I'm proud of myself. Okay. There we go. What is this? Alrighty. Alright guys, I'm gonna go grab something to eat. Like at least something to snack on before dinner because my hands are shaking. Consequences of skipping lunch, am I right? But yes, my hands are kind of shaking, which means it's time for food. So I'm gonna end stream here. Thank you guys for spending time with me. Thank you for working with me, both corporate and non-corporate work, and chatting with me. And I'll see you guys next stream, whenever that might be. All right. Have a good rest of your day. Good rest of your night. Happy Thanksgiving. Even though it's not Thanksgiving there. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you guys a lot. Bye bye.